as a retail investor, as a consumer, don't get any benefit out of it. Who gets the benefit? The shareholders in this company. Can you see? This is one of the reasons why most of the shareholders want to expand into India, because they know the potential, they know the number of people who are going to use it, right? Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about two things really. The first one is, what is the cryptocurrency ecosystem and what is the market is going to look like for India? Okay, how big is the Indian market? What is the potential? And number two, what does it mean for you as an investor, as somebody who is excited about this whole opportunities? What value does it bring to you? Where can you see yourself? Now, once again, everything covered here is just my personal opinion, not a financial or investment advice. Now, what I think is that India can be the #1 cryptocurrency market in future. Now, some of you might say that, Shiv, you are dreaming. This is not possible. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है, because the Indian government is not allowing it. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But what if the way the government is actually looking at the whole scenario? Maybe it is possible. Maybe India can be the #1. And the reason I say that is because if you see, India is much bigger market than any other country. Now, these are some of the pointers that I've made a note of, which is going to help me to present this video to you. Now, except China makes India #1. Now, as we all know, that China is one of the biggest market, and China cryptocurrencies and bitcoins are not allowed, right? So what is the next biggest country in terms of population? It is India, right? And so let's have a look at some of the numbers here. So in terms of countries, so China is about a population of 1.4 billion, and India is #2 with 1.3 billion. Now, this is not my data. This is the research data from the Wikipedia itself. And then you have US as 326 million and Indonesia as 266 million. Can you see the potential of India? Because the reason these numbers are important, because more the people, more the smartphones, more the users. And as you know, any cryptocurrencies, it has larger network, more users, the cost of which will go high. So the price impact per individual global product versus local product. So what do I actually mean here? There's a spelling mistake here. But so what do I mean here? So let's say, what I mean to say is that when you have a global product, now you already have some global product which are doing in India, like for example, Starbucks, McDonald's, Facebook, Uber, Amazon. All these companies have a global product and they are here in India as well. But when Starbucks grows in India, or when McDonald's grows in India, when Facebook grows in India, when Amazon grows in India, Uber grows in India, it doesn't give you any benefit. Okay, you can use them as a user, but I mean, there is an impact on the price. The share price of the company will grow up. Why? Because all of a sudden you've got their billions of users who are using this product, right? But you, as a retail investor, as a consumer, don't get any benefit out of it. Who gets the benefit? The shareholders in this company. Can you see? This is one of the reasons why most of the shareholders want to expand into India, because they know the potential, they know the number of people who are going to use it, right? So that is in case of Starbucks, Facebook and all. But that's not really the case when it comes to Bitcoin and Ether. You see, when people in India are actually buying into Bitcoin or using Bitcoin or buying into Ethereum, it is impacting you. It is impacting everyone. And the same thing is true for the retail investor who is outside this country, who is not from India as well. He is also looking at India because all of a sudden billions of people are getting on board. Right now, why is he interested? So far, he wasn't interested. Any individual in any other country, he would not be interested in how good the Amazon is doing in India, how good the Uber is doing in India, how good the McDonald's is doing in India. They are not bothered because they haven't, maybe if they have invested, they have bought shares into this company, they will be interested. But now this is something every individual have it, irrespective of whether they are in India or outside the country, right? So the whole, everyone outside the world is looking at India because all of a sudden Indians are buying into it. And of course, this is going to impact the price. Do you think if millions of people start using Bitcoin, Ethereum, will it not impact the price? We have already seen the example of China, right? The last year until 2017, when the China market was open, anything will happen in China, the whole cryptocurrency market will get impacted. And it is the same thing with India, guys. India is bigger. Okay, we can talk about what will happen with the regulations, but I do think it's pretty positive right now, because there is a draft being made, and India is completely different from China. Maybe in terms of number it's very close, but China is a different government altogether. We are fortunate that India has not declared it illegal or have banned the trading. All that they have done is the banking support, and they too are still working on the regulation part of it. As we all know that there is a regulation coming out sometime in the future. So I am pretty positive that the regulation, not today, if not today, tomorrow, the regulations will come out, and then eventually India will turn out to be one of the bigger market, and then the whole world will be looking at what Indians are buying. Are they buying Bitcoin? Are they buying Ethereum? Which cryptocurrencies are they buying? So that's really important. And what does it mean for you as an investor? Well, of course, the price of these cryptocurrencies are going to go up, right? So, and maybe there'll be one time when the whole world is looking at India as to what Indians are doing now. We have already seen, there was a recent example. Now I'll give you that example in the next slide, but here it is. And why India has a potential, I want to talk about that. So existing users, the largest young population in India, millions of users. You've already seen that ZPay have got millions of downloads, UnoCoin has got millions of downloads, and all the other exchanges, like there are more than 13 cryptocurrency exchanges today. Last year there were about 3 exchanges that I can think of, UnoCoin, ZPay, CoinSecure. But today we have more than 13 cryptocurrency exchanges: UnoCoin, CoinDelta, ZPay, WazirX, PocketBits, BioCoin, CoinX, CoinDCX. They're all doing pretty well despite the RBI ban. I mean, most of them have converted into peer-to-peer, but most of them are doing fantastic. And so what is also important to see here is this ecosystem is only going to grow in the future. Maybe we would need more exchanges, we would need more wallets, right? And that the reason why, as you can see, the companies like OLX, which are like peer-to-peer network, right? You can buy things and sell things online, peer-to-peer. It's the same route that cryptocurrency exchanges have also opted for, wherein it is peer-to-peer. You don't have to go to the cryptocurrency exchange, just do it peer-to-peer, right? So this is a potential. Now, this is again the data taken out from the Wikipedia. It says 337 million smartphone users are in India already. That means that 337 million smartphone users can also have potential to get converted into crypto users as well, isn't it? Because all that you need to use crypto is a smartphone, isn't it? So can you see the numbers that I'm really talking about? I hope you're getting it. Maybe I'll make another video which will be more detailed, but I want to just give you a perspective of what exactly I'm talking about right now. So ecosystem, more cryptocurrency exchanges. Of course, India will need more cryptocurrency exchanges. And one of the reasons why international exchanges are actually keeping an eye on it. You must have heard about Upbeat opening up in India. There are other exchanges. BitPay was coming to India as well. So there are so many investors, so many companies looking at India. Why? Because the numbers are huge here. The potential is huge, right? So crypto wallets, more crypto wallets providers, ICO investing. Now this is something that I wanted to share with you. Recently, about 3 months back or 4 months back, there was a report. Okay, that report said that the maximum number of investors into the ICO so far have been from India. Now, numbers, I'm talking about the maximum numbers, not talking about the maximum amount. The maximum amount came from US, UK and all these countries, right, in terms of investment into the ICO. But the maximum people who invested, the numbers were from India. So yes, so there's a potential for more cryptocurrency exchanges, wallets and ICO investing also. And of course, India is known for the hope of tech talents, right? We are really ahead when it comes to innovations and technology, especially cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore and many more are emerging tech hubs. So that gives a huge edge to India as well. And the largest crypto volume coin market, if more people are going to be trading every day, the maximum transaction volume will be happening from India itself, right? Now this is something that most people wouldn't agree, maybe, that we don't have a supportive government, and but I think we do, because if we didn't have a supportive government, there would not be a case in Supreme Court. We would not be discussing as to what we should be doing, cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. We would have actually banned it, like China. but we didn't do that, right? China has banned a lot of things, Amazon, Google and all things, but we haven't. So I think the Indian regulators are looking at it, and in fact some of the states from India like Telangana and Hyderabad have gone ahead and have spoken really bluntly about what do they think about the whole blockchain cryptocurrency space. So overall, the point I'm trying to make from this video is that India is going to be playing a very crucial role going ahead in the future when it comes to prices of the cryptocurrencies and when it comes to the whole world looking at the Indian market, because everybody is interested on what Indians are buying. Maybe that wasn't the case when it comes to products like Starbucks, McDonald's, Facebook, that nobody is actually bothered whether Indians are using it or not using it and whether they're growing, because the benefits are going to the shareholders. But in this case, in Bitcoin, Ethereum, suddenly everybody is a shareholder in the network, right? So everybody is looking at. So I think India has a great potential, and I think India has all the probability to become #1 cryptocurrency market if the China does not enter. If the China opens up, I'm sure China will become #1. But right now I see India as a #1 cryptocurrency country. Would love to hear your thoughts, your opinion. What is the one thing that you took away from this year? I'm not sure whether I was able to convey the message that I wanted to. I will do some more research on this and probably try to make it more simpler than this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like, subscribe, share with your crypto friends. Let them know how big India is going to be soon.